Hey guys, Tom from Vintage Thread Gems here. Today we're going to look at how we can speed up our listing time in eBay and Poshmark using some templates in eBay and in Word documents as well. Hope you enjoy. So let's look at eBay first. eBay's actually got a really cool feature that can help with this. But first tip, as well as listing templates, is copying and pasting listings that are similar to your own. So I'm going to search an item that we actually just sold today. It was a tweed jacket, which you'll find. So I'm going to search it. It's going to say no matches, so we're going to go to sold. And we're going to see it listed in here. Now, eBay is kind of a pain because there's an absolute ton of stuff to fill out. And even if you have your templates, they can be a little bit annoying. So what we're going to do is you're going to open up the item that matches closest to the item that you're trying to sell. In this case, this one matches perfectly because this is what we're going to sell. We're going to click it. And eBay will give you the option under it to do sell now. So if you hit that button, what's going to happen is it's going to take you through to a page where essentially it's copied the title for you. So you borrow the other person's description. It won't have copied the photos or the description, but it has copied all the tags that people gave it as well. So this is tip number one. Use this feature wherever possible. It will save you a ton of time. You don't have to go through and painstakingly change all of this. Obviously, you will change it to meet your size and that kind of stuff, but even that we can shortcut. So what we would do is we would go in and we would tweak our title if we need to. So go ahead and change this. Maybe yours was a 44 regular, or maybe it was blue instead of green. So you can change that. And cool thing, if we do this here, depends how well eBay recognizes it. But if you change something like blue to green, eBay will read that title and will give the ability to essentially automatically update your color from green to blue. So if you change there a few things in that title, you can just use this mass accept all or one at a time to just go ahead and change based on your edits to the title. Other little time-saving tip that I put in here, if you're ever listing on eBay, I always like to put my photos in while I then work on the listing. So let's say I was going to just upload these. I'm just holding Shift on my computer here to highlight all the photos at once. Then hit open. It's going to get upset at me for whatever reason. But that's going to upload the images slowly in the background. And because eBay takes a moment to do that, I like to go ahead and do that when I open up the listing straight away so that it doesn't slow me down. So we just check all this makes sense, all the categories are good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to update our description. Now, something that eBay does that's cool is it allows you, if you go to advanced editing, it allows you to go ahead and put in your own custom template. So you can create these yourselves. I have one stored here that is a jacket if Lindsay's not modeling, so jacket with no model. Click it, and this works for any top. So I leave myself places to enter the title, update the condition, and then I can just enter my measurements straight into here and replace these items. So if I go in, I'm just going to double click the XX. And I can say, okay, cold hem was 25. Pit to pit was 20. Oh, tell me off the photos, that's fine. Pit to pit was 27. For some odd reason, it was longer, it was wider than it is long, and then sleeve was, let's say, 23, right? I can remove vintage if it's not vintage, so I could just double click that and delete it out. So I'll go excellent condition. And then the reason it's got these three little lines at the end is I can then just copy and paste this. And I like to go ahead and put that in the condition description. So on your computer, if you press Control-C, that's going to copy. And then if you press and hold Control and then press V, that's going to paste. So that's what I did there. But the cool thing here is if I then put this in the description, people will see the measurement straight away. And then these three lines will space it out so it doesn't get squished together because it doesn't read spaces in the description. So you need something to separate out the description. So that will go in, and then you're done basically. You would just need to go ahead and tweak any of these elements that were different. But that template saves me a ton of time. It also allows you to do things like copy all the previous stuff that they'd filled in there. The only thing that I'm then going to want to do is I've sorted out my title, copy that, Control C, come down to my title here, Control V, and then that just helps, I believe, with the SEO on eBay. Depending on how you take your photos and if they're different kind of types of photos, or some of them modeled, some aren't. We have a template that we created, for instance, that is jackets with a model. So it's very similar to the one where there's no model and flat lays, but if we do that, it pre-fills extra information, right? So we get the same kind of measurement information, but then we put in the model size and the details there, which again just saves you having to type things out. In terms of actually creating these templates, they're really easy to create. So all you're going to need to do is go into the advanced method, which is what we're in, and then you're going to go create a template, and it's going to allow you to just give it a name. So we're going to call this jacket example, and then you can actually just start typing away and putting in whatever you want, right? So I'm going to put in that same template, and then I can just save that. But again, we'd want to do something like title, and I do the X's so that I know I'm meant to fill in something there. Maybe we do this as an XX. And the reason I do that is so that when you double click it, it's easy to double click, and it would also highlight it as one word. So maybe I wanted to put in return policy. Like that. This is my policy. Jacket example, then we'll save it. And there we go. Because I actually did it, it's just gone ahead and replaced what was in there. So those can be a real time saver. It's now appeared in here, jacket example, and you can use it. I suggest breaking them down into kind of wider categories. Like you don't need jacket and shirt and sweater and that kind of stuff. As long if you provide the same kind of description, then you can just kind of use one template for tops and bottoms or something like that. On Poshmark, it's very similar, except on Poshmark, what we care about is we have to use a bit of a word template. So if I hit sell on Poshmark, again, I'm probably going to use the same method here. I think Poshmark's a little bit quicker. Upload the photos, open, and then it's going to go ahead and allow me to edit them, do whatever I want. Let's just apply that. Way quicker than eBay, happily. But what I need to do here is I actually need to go ahead and I save for Poshmark. I'll save the template in a Word document or whatever you're using on a Mac if you're doing that. And then I'm just going to Control C, copy it, paste it in there. And then I'm actually just going to go and write in my title straight away here. So we're going to go 3 estates tweed jacket. Whatever it was, right? So I can then copy and paste this, put it straight up there. And then just like we did on the last one, I can replace vintage if I need to, but then I can just double click these guys, 24, 24, 22, whatever it was. And again, the nice thing with doing these templates is you can put in your own little bit of extra spiel at the end of it. So you can, we post within 24 hours every time, so we make sure to tell people that. If you've got a return policy, you can have that stored, and it just saves you having to go through the same hassle every time you list. Obviously, Poshmark online site different. It's not going to pre-fill anything for you, so you still have to go ahead and do your colors, your tags, and your brands and all that stuff. But that hopefully helps speed up your description times. And that's it, guys. Hopefully it was useful. If it is, let me know. If there's other things that you'd like to see, let me know as well. I'm just trying to tick off questions that people have and just get us as efficient as possible.